Everybody, this tutorial is a request from one of my subscribers, Alexander. This is for you. He's one of my best, by the way. So this is going to be about how to create clothing for characters in ZBrush. The first method that we're going to be going about using is called mesh extraction, and you need to use the subtool panel for this. Okay, so get that ready. Now, I already have different pieces of clothing attached to this model here. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create a whole new set. Alright, and this is just a tutorial, so don't mind the the detail that I'm going to be putting into it. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you're in symmetry mode. Okay, now to mask off the area that we're going to extract, hit Control, make sure that you're on the model, and start drawing onto the model. Okay, and if at any time you are not satisfied with a certain part of the mask, all you have to do is hit Alt along with Control and drag along, and that will delete whatever it is that you don't like. I like using the lazy mouse, L, hold L down, and use that, and it kind of gives a straighter line. Alright, so that's good for the front. Alright, now let's finish off the back of the shirt. Okay, always make sure that you are on the model, because if you're not on the model, for instance, if I come over here and do that, see, deselects everything. Okay, you don't want to do that. Also be careful not to hold down Control and then click on the model, because that'll soften the mask, and you don't want to do that either. Alright, so let's continue. And that is, oh, see, there you go. And that's not looking too bad. Don't mind the red on her. I accidentally baked in some topology lines that I was working on. Alright. And now let's just kind of get rid of some of this here. Alright, and here we have the makings of a very, very revealing shirt. Alright, so now that we have our mesh masked out, we're going to come over to extract. Now this will control the type of thickness that extracts from this this base mesh here. So for instance, if the thickness is set to the middle of the bar here, when you extract it, you're going to get like a giant puffy parka quality mesh. Okay, you don't want that, so we're going to delete that. Going to go back up here. Okay, so let's lower the thickness down just a bit and extract again. Much better. Looks more like a shirt. Alright, now you're not going to want to have this organic stuff popping through on your mesh, obviously. So you're going to want to use the clay brush. This is what I do anyhow. And start to kind of basically, I don't know how that happened. Okay, you're going to, oh, I see what the problem is. I'm not even on the okay, lesson number 1, make sure that you have the actual subtool selected. Okay, and basically, okay, now you're going to want to kind of take that out there. Okay, using the clay tool, hold Alt down and it'll subtract, and it kind of just makes it a little easier for smoothing. Okay, so that way when you smooth it, see, there you go, looks a little bit better. Make sure that you have X, that way you can kind of make these adjustments a little easier. And there you go, now it doesn't look so much like she has a belly button. You can still see it a little bit through here, but that's mostly just my doing. Alright, and as well, you're going to want to kind of, unless it's extremely cold out, forgive me, any ladies that happen to be watching, I'm not trying to be too male here, just stating the truth. Alright, okay, so you don't want that either, so we're going to smooth that out. Go to the inflate brush. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so now we have the workings of a shirt here. and you're probably going to want to come over here and inflate the sleeves a bit, and something like that. Alright, now say you wanted to give her a collar. Alright, well, to do that, basically what you have to do is hold down Control, okay? Now click outside of the mesh, and now all of it is masked. Okay, click again, it's unmasked. Okay, so now with all of it masked, alright, now we're going to start subtracting from this mesh here. Okay, so to do that, hold down Control and Alt again. I have enabled the lazy mouse tool once more, and we're gonna just kind of create a nice little collar here. And naturally, this is just a tutorial, okay, guys? So don't you know, take this as this is the exact way it should be done, meaning poorly. Alright, and also the mesh is not very well subdivided, so let's divide it one more time. Okay, now let's say we want to kind of give it like one of those little creases in there. So now it looks more like a collar. And we want to bring this out just a bit here. Let's give it like a cool hip collar. I don't know. Okay, I just build creatures for the most part. I'm not much into fashion these days. Forgive me, everybody. All right. So that looks good, right? Okay. Now we're going to take the clay brush again. There's a couple different ways that we can do this. We can either inflate it, or we can take the clay brush. Okay, again, remember, depending on your subdivisions, whoops, excuse me, depending on the subdivision, I keep selecting the wrong button. Alright, we will get a either a good effect or a bad one. Alright, so now let's kind of just see what we got here. And there you go. Now you have yourself a nice little collar. And once you go into the retopology mode, you can use that to basically alter the geometry to match the collar and other things like that, just a little bit better. Okay, now let's give her, you know, just kind of like some sort of cool design or something. I don't know. Just to tinker with it a bit here. Okay, let's give her some seams, I guess. Maybe a seam coming all the way down here. Although why the seam would be showing there is beyond me. Alright, so now if you would like to make wrinkles, okay, make sure you're out of symmetry mode because you don't want symmetrical wrinkles. And you're going to just hold the Alt key and just kind of drag along here. And then, you know, run through it once more with the, you know, the positive aspect. Okay. And, you know, just kind of, you know, be creative. Okay. And you're going to kind of want to, you know, make the wrinkles. Obviously, this will take some refinement on your part. However, you can achieve awesome things with the clay brush. Okay, and there you go, guys. That's basically how you would go about making a shirt or something of the kind in ZBrush. And later we'll cover how to retopologize this for use in Macs. That won't be for a while, but it will be covered. Okay, so hopefully this helps, and as always, if you like it, please rate it, and stay tuned for the next tutorial on cloth creation, which will be dealing with the topology tools. Alright, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next lesson.